Hello, and welcome to Passaic County Technical Institute's monthly show, Tech Today.
In this month's episode, we reflect upon the events and activities that occurred in the month of November.
Veterans Day is an official United States holiday observed every year on November 11th. It is a day that honors our military veterans and the sacrifices they have made to give us the freedoms we have today. On November 8th, PCTI celebrated Veterans Day with our annual Memorial Assembly. Here's Ian with more.
Hi, I'm Ian Rodriguez, and I'm here at the annual Veterans Day Assembly. Today, PCTI remembers our fallen heroes and honors those who have risked their lives for our freedoms in the United States of America. Let's take a look inside.
Veterans Day is a day where we get to appreciate and to celebrate all veterans, past and present. It's important because if you remember the theme of the video and the assembly, it was superhero themed. And these are our superheroes, and we owe them so much for protecting us, for protecting our freedoms, for defending our freedoms. And they should be recognized, even those who have given the ultimate sacrifice like their lives.
The Bravest Man I Know by Amanda Whitney. The bravest man I know is a man I've never met. He's a man who risks his life to save a friend, not only a friend, but to save a nation. Risking his life for those who he does not know, stepping up, leaving loved ones behind, so that somewhere someone else won't have to. He is a man who follows orders even though he knows he might die. The bravest man I know is a man who would rather die so one more person could go home to see his family again. The man who stares death in the face but never blinks. The bravest man I know is a man who risks his life so one day the world may be a better place for his children, or any man who goes against his biggest fear, death, just to save someone he loves. The bravest man I know is the man who fights so another man can have the taste of sweet freedom, not fighting for his own benefit, but for many others around the world, fighting to make this world a better place. That is the bravest man that I know.
I mean, it's a very important holiday that I think we should all cherish, and quite frankly, I mean, most of Americans do celebrate our veterans, but it's a day that isn't taken with much weight. So, I mean, if we could celebrate it more and do more as a society to appreciate those who gave it all for us, it would be pretty good.
Veterans Day is important because it recognizes the sacrifices that other people make. Oftentimes, we value and show gratitude for sacrifices that aren't necessarily important. For example, when somebody gives you a gift, we're grateful, but that gift can be materialistic. We don't necessarily give as much gratitude as we should to the people who give the gifts of their life for our freedom. And that's what makes it so important, because it's something that not many people are willing to give, but those who do it well, and they do it for life. And it basically means to me freedom.
I'd like to share with the viewers to, when you're observing Veterans Day, to understand that it is an appreciation of all veterans past and present, and that it is crucial for us to show our appreciation, because at the end of the day, these veterans are risking not only their own freedoms and abilities to do the things that we take for granted, like being able to spend time with our families. So they're risking that, and they're sacrificing that all for us. And so we owe them that gratitude.
I think that we should all take Veterans Day with a little bit more weight than we do now. We all, of course, appreciate our veterans, and we are thankful for what they've done, but showing it into our society does not seem to be a strongly held view.
When you observe veterans, I ask to be mindful of their experiences. Yes, we want to find out more about them, but a lot of them have gone through really traumatic situations, and sometimes when we ask questions, they might be too personal. So I would certainly encourage asking them questions, because it makes them feel good, but just to be careful about how one does it.
As you can see, the Veterans Day Assembly greatly honored those who have sacrificed their lives and served our country bravely. Back to you in the studio.
That was a great assembly. Another holiday we observe this month is Thanksgiving. How do you celebrate Thanksgiving this year, Elena?
My favorite part about Thanksgiving is going to my aunt's house, and she makes the best mashed potatoes, so that's all I eat.
Well, usually I just stay at home with the family, just listen to good music and have a good time.
Thanksgiving is the perfect time to reflect on all we have to be thankful for and to help those who are less fortunate. PCTI and the Student Council Interact Club are hosting an upcoming food drive in an effort to do just that. Students and teachers are being asked to donate canned foods and other goods to help those in need. Please keep an eye out for donation boxes soon to be placed in your homes where you can contribute.
Don't forget that in December, the LEAP Club will be looking for your toy donations for their upcoming holiday toy drive as well.
Fall sports are officially coming to an end, and we would like to give recognition to the efforts, dedication, commitment, and most importantly, the sportsmanship displayed from all of our athletes.
The girls volleyball team won their second straight BNC Liberty Divisional Championship, led by captains Kayla Nelson, Sasha Griffin, and Naomi Rodriguez. And for cross country, Nancy Habib became PCTI's first ever first place finisher in the girls' PCCA county race.
And the football team finished as North Jersey's Super Football Conference Liberty Red Divisional champions, led by captains Jonathan Stobie, Ahmad Rabah, and Amir Nicholson.
While fall sports have come to an end, winter sports are right around the corner, so make sure you get out there and support all our winter sports teams, especially our wrestling and swim teams, as they look to defend their title as state champions.
Earlier this year, PCTI received a very special visit from our partners from the NASA Hunch program. NASA Hunch stands for High Schools United with NASA to Create Hardware. It is a partnership where students make hardware that actually supports the missions on the International Space Station. To learn more about the program, Ryan Hulsebos sat down with one of the very first NASA Hunch instructors, William Gibbs. Let's take a look at their conversation.
Hello and welcome to today's PCTI Tech Talk. I'm your host, Ryan Hulsebos, and I'm here today with Mr. William Gibbs from NASA Hunch. Mr. Gibbs, how are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
So the all-important question that gets us to where we are today, how did you get involved in NASA and in the NASA Hunch program?
Well, in 2003, Mr. Stacy Hale, the founder of the program, just had a concept. It was an idea that he needed high school students to help with building training hardware, and he came into my shop and asked me if I'd be interested in partnering with him, and I said, you know, it's good for the students, it'll be good for the school, and of course it would be good for me as well, so that's how we got started.
Nice. So how did Hunch begin and evolve into what it is today?
Well, a lot of hard work, but Mr. Stacy Hale had a smaller budget, and so he wanted to add more and more hardware for the astronauts to train because they're training on the space station. And so he began to ask my class, and there were two schools in Huntsville, Alabama that agreed to partner with Mr. Hale, and we started building stowage lockers, and we built 30 mid-deck stowage lockers the first year. And so every year we added more partners because we wanted more capability. And so we now are in over 90 schools. We're in 31 states. We're even a school in Canada. We have, not only do we build training hardware, but today we're building flight hardware. We have 535 pieces of hardware built by students that are on the space station.
Nice. So you play a very important role within the NASA Hunch program, and you told me before that you had built the first locker.
I built the first, and it was a teamwork, but my students built the first mid-deck stowage locker for the Hunch program. We built 30 of them, and I think my role has always been just the first, one of the first teachers, the first of three, and I think I'm the only one still left with the Hunch program. The rest of them are retired, and I'm just tired.
So let's shift over to the students for a quick moment. Okay. How can being involved in the NASA Hunch program benefit our students and other students around the country?
That's a good question. We offered the students the opportunity to work with a real world experience working with industry and whichever area they're working in, whether it be culinary or the video photography, or whether it be soft goods or even our science classes. We have a way of offering them a real world experience because what they're making actually will be used by NASA. The second thing we do is we offer them a 21st century skills so that they can have, you know, if you go to apply for a job, the first thing they're going to ask you, do you have any experience? And so we give them that experience. And the third thing, and I think probably the most important thing, is students get to work a partnership with NASA employees. And so there is a relationship there. Not only do they get to know NASA employees and work with them and develop a relationship, but NASA gets to know them, and they're good references for the future.
So incorporating students into this program to tackle problems and issues that the everyday astronaut will face, how does that benefit NASA and its mission?
Well, that's a good question too. We do a lot of prototyping with our engineering classes, and so we will have schools all over the United States that are part of the Hunch program, and we will ask them to design certain things. Like this past year we did toilet paper holders. And so every school, we know that students are creative, and students have a sense of real intelligence about what they want to do. And so we do these prototyping, and then we get together and we pick out the best of each prototype, maybe one small point, we put it all together, and then we fabricate that, and we meet with the astronauts and the heads of the space station, and we say, this is the concept that we've come up with. And it's all student based, but they come up with some great ideas. And so their ideas are actually on the space station.
So you talked about creativity, and pretty much we take creativity here with our video shop. We have viewable content, which is video content. What's the overall goal of NASA in its benefit to NASA having video content?
Well, the Hunch program keeps our Facebook going, and it also does our NASA website, or our Hunch website. And so that's our communication with the world. And if you go on hunchnasa.gov, you can look up all kinds of videos that have been done through the Hunch program.
So high school students, why does NASA Hunch and NASA and NASA Hunch choose to use high school students instead of just going out and getting a professional to make food for the astronauts, or create hardware or prototypes to be used in space on the International Space Station? Why don't they just get a professional?
Well, that's a good question. Mr. Hale, of course, hardware is all fabricated, and it's all one-of-a-kind items. So you can't go to the store and buy it. Someone has to make it. And so the items that we manufacture within our Hunch programs are things that are probably not ever going to be made because the budget's not big enough. But what we have found now is that Hunch students have the capability of doing top-of-the-line work. In fact, we are considered a very vital part of the supplying of the needs of the space station, and for the laboratory equipment there, and for the food, and even design. And so, but it does save the taxpayers a tremendous amount of money. So it's a win-win for the students, it's win-win for the government, it's win-win for the whole situation.
Mm-hmm. So you talked about students benefiting heavily from this program. Is that your favorite part of being an instructor and working with NASA Hunch?
Well, I've been teaching 32 years. I love the students, and what I have found is that it used my time very wisely, because whatever I taught my students, it's real world experience, and it's going to make them better people. So yeah, NASA is just the tool that we use to reach the students.
Yeah, help them out with a career.
Right.
In the future. So that's all we have today on PCTI's Tech Talk. Mr. Gibbs, thank you so much for joining me, and it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
NASA Hunch really gives teenagers such an amazing opportunity and a chance to work together.
It really does. Speaking of working together, the Teen Center is a place here at PCTI that lets kids do just that. It's designated as a comfortable and fun environment for teens, with its goal to enable youth to complete their education, pursue additional education, develop marketing skills, and to develop a mentally and physically healthy lifestyle. There are a number of great free services offered by the Teen Center. Here is Tiara with some more information.
Hi, I'm Tiara Dixon. I am at Teen Center, where teens come during the day and after school. Let's take a look inside.
I originally went because I was having trouble with Algebra 2, and I just wanted to see what my options were, and not only to see if there were teachers who could help me, but to also see if there were students who could help me, because I did hear that peer-on-peer training was very successful and it was helpful to other students. Teen Center in general is just very helpful for students, not only like if you have trouble with your academics, but just like to get away from like any problems that you had at home or problems within school. It's just like a place to get away from all your problems, get together with other students, get together with other adults, and just have fun and enjoy yourself and actually enjoy your teen years instead of being like all stressed out about things you have to do for high school, things you have to do for college, and how to prep for college, and just to get away from like all that stress.
I first attended Teen Center because I was being bullied a lot, so like I thought it'd be a good place to make some friends, and it definitely did help. The counselors there are like probably one of the best people I know. They really helped me through my situation and provide me with a group of friends that like really know me now and that we can hang out.
So the Teen Center is basically a one-stop shopping center where we provide a warm, inclusive environment where students can come after school from 3 to 5 every day. We offer our after-school program. We have different workshops throughout the week on things like preventive health education, positive youth development, which could be anything from college development to future planning to self-esteem building to building healthier relationships. We talk about drug and alcohol prevention, as well as we bring in Planned Parenthood to talk about pregnancy and STD prevention and healthy relationship building. We also have time for free time during those days after school where we play board games, we play card games, we get to know each other, and we just do lots of fun things. So in order to participate in the Teen Center, we require a separate parental consent form. Because we don't actually work for the school, we require a separate parental consent, which you can pick up here in the Teen Center, or you can download off of the school's website under Teen Center, and just bring it in, filled out by a parent or guardian, signed, bring it back to us, and then you are a participant of the Teen Center. That allows you to participate in our after-school program or any of our individual services, which include mental health counseling or employment services, where we could help you write a resume or get ready for a job interview.
Come drop into the Teen Center from 3:15 to 6 p.m. or make an appointment to see Ms. Ellen Hamlin.
For more information about any of the Teen Center programs, or if you wish to get involved, please call 973-389-2029. The program staff is available Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. They look forward to hearing from you.
That's it for this month's show. Tune in next month for more information about what's happening here at PCTI. For Tech Today, I'm Elena Andrus.
And I'm Ethan Medina.
Thanks for watching. And remember, we are PCTI.